And so anyway, but will you listen to this? Just you know, enjoy this if you can. I mean, some of you are going to poetry. I hate poetry. I get it. But some of you like it, some of you won't. So I'm just going to do it for those that like it. So anyway, and I'm gonna go back again. I'm using the Brick Testament a little bit and try to keep these things going. All right. So listen to me as I read. All right, just like you're reading to your kids. Will you do this again? And you're going, oh, we already got through Job chapter 1. I know, but not like this. This is now we're doing Job in poetry, the way it was supposed to be. All right. Except our poetry is a little bit less of a academic. You know, the thing that they loved was having a thought and then coming up with another thought that was near it, and it was a similar thought, and you jumped from thought to thought to thought. Well, we like stuff to rhyme. You know, we like it to sound the same. We're so superficial. We're just superficial. How was that?
Next week's not a rap.
We could do that too, couldn't we? Talk about another level of poetry. All right, how about this? Just listen. Let's see how this works. All right, here we go. Now, Job lived in Uz. He was blameless and feared the Lord. He was honest and always adhered to the law of the Lord. He was wealthy and wise and did everything that was right in God's eyes. But Satan came forth and God said, "Where do you come from walking the earth beneath you? And have you seen Job? What a servant is he." Well, you've made it too easy. All that the man sees is blessed. Take his things and he'll turn away. He will not, the Lord said, but go forth today. Take all the man has. But Job you can't touch. So Satan took everything, for Job had much. The oxen and donkeys were stolen, and then his flocks were burned up, and his serving men were put to the sword, his children were killed, and now he had nothing, and his heart was filled with woe. He fell down and cried, "I arrived naked on earth, and so shall I die." The Lord gives, and also, what happened? The Lord takes away, but Job did not curse the Lord on that day. Job chapter 2. Then God said to Satan, "See, he maintains his love for me. This man..." Then God said to Satan, "See, he maintains his love for me. This man has suffered no pains. Strike a man's flesh, and then to your face he'll curse you. These mortals do not possess grace. Then harm him," God said, "but don't let him die." So Satan went forth, and first he applied swords from Job's head clear down to his toes. Job's wife said, "Curse God, then die, so that those won't trouble you, Job. You are foolish and sad. Should we accept good from the Lord and not bad?" And Job's friends sat with him. They wept, but were awed. For despite all his pain, Job refused to curse God. Chapter 3. Job opened his mouth, and his words were forlorn. "Curse the dark day upon which I was born. Why didn't I die as I came from the womb? Then I could be sleeping the peace of the tomb. Why is life given to those who want death? Like water, my groans pour out with each breath. What I always dreaded has happened to me, and now I have no peace. Sweet death is my plea." Job's friend Eliphaz said, "Job, I know you suffer, but tell me, for is it not so that you strengthened the feeble and lifted up men? with all that you know you are blameless of sin? Do you take strength in your piety? You let your hope swell? Surely those who plow evil will reap it as well. The Spirit came to me, and these things I heard. Can a mortal be greater than God by his word? If God charges angels to err, then how much further are mortals away from his touch? Resentment and envy will slay the weak-hearted. If you turn from God, your woes have just started. Man is born into his trouble, my friend, and if it were me, I would let my lips send and appeal to the Lord. His miracles can never be counted by any one man. He lifts up the lowly. He strikes down the cruel. The poorest find hope. Do not be a fool. Blessed is he whom the Lord will correct. He wounds, but he binds. He may harm, but protects. Bristling there, Esther? Chapter 6 and 7. Then Job replied, "Oh, if my anguish were known, then it would reach up to the heavenly throne. God's arrows are in me. He's marshaled against my soul. Tell me why the Lord is so incensed. Why won't the Lord hear my one lonely plea? Lord, loose your hand, I beg, and crush me. Then I could die, still having never denied. My God, should I hope? I tell you I've tried. But where is my joy? Even friends turn away. You've all proven you are no help here today. Look at me. You are afraid and unjust. There isn't one word that you spoke which I trust. Is man's earthly service just trouble and toil? Is he but a hired hand working the soil? I have been given the poorest of terms to writhe as my body's infected with worms. My festering wounds leave me empty of hope. I never again shall know goodness. Oh, the scope of my life has been set. Even deep in my sleep I am haunted by visions where cruel monsters creep. Awake or asleep, my soul cannot rest. Without any doubt, I believe death is best. How have I sinned, God? How have I turned from a boon to a burden to you? I am burned and broken. Will you not forgive me so I may sleep without end? Oh, dear God, let me die. For a moment, I beg, let it be like before. Then I'll lie in the dirt and I'll be no more. Then Bildad the Shuhite replied to Job's cries. That's next week.
It reads like the Grinch book.
I know, don't they? Yeah, they kind of do. It's kind of a Dr. Seuss kind of approach. Dr. Seuss writes a commentary on the book of... No, but I love this. It was just, it's so great to... I mean, do you feel what we're dealing with here in Job 1 through 7? And so, I mean, Job is just given he's given grief by Eliphaz, and Eliphaz says some things that are true, but some things that are not.
So does the devil. The devil tells a lot of something.
Absolutely. And one of the things that I always appreciate when I listen to preachers who preach on this, they say, well, I'm not going to go over every word. You know, I get it. Even Henry Morris says this isn't a commentary on each and every verse of the Bible, because then what Henry Morris says is because sometimes, you know, it's all inspired scripture, but sometimes you have one view presented by one of Job's friends, and then Job counters it, and so it's opposite from the other. So how do you do a commentary on this? That's what Henry Morris says, and so that's what I say too. Wow, that's how much time it's been already. All right, now I had gotten up to my lesson kind of through this point, and then I found something else on my PC Bible study, which is it's called the book of